Hi everybody, welcome to Crafting by the Bay. My name is JC and today I'm going to share with you my favorite DIY products, so I hope you join me. If you're seeing this part, you're probably catching the replay, so hashtag replay, let me know you stopped by. You'll know because there'll be no red live button at the top of your page. I'm going to get the keyword set up, but when you hop on, say hello, let me know you are here. If you're watching the replay, you can fast forward this part to the actual project. Today's keyword is Snoopy, so drop Snoopy in the comments. And if you are not in my VIP group, type VIP in the comments so you get the link to that group. But I'm gonna hop over to Facebook, make sure I am live. But when you hop on, say hello. Yep, there I am. Hi Anne, how are you? All right, I don't think I need my computer today because still haven't been able to, actually I wanna make sure I set my keyword right. Today's keyword is Snoopy. I just wanna make sure, I did that awful fast. I wanna make sure it's on. Yes, it is on, okay. All right. My microphone is still not working right, so my phone is backwards today, or like the writing is going to be backwards, but the only thing that it will be backwards today is the shirt that we're going to heat set. I wanted to heat set the shirt that we made yesterday, and so I am going to protect my desk from the heat. And so you always want to protect your desk or your table because your hot iron or your heat press can absolutely ruin your table or your desk. So I always put something underneath it. I already removed the ink mat. It's very important to remove the ink mat that is in between. So it is completely dry and it dried overnight. And so you always want to put a piece of parchment paper between your iron and your project. And if you use your household iron, you just put it on whatever setting. If it's for a cotton shirt, you just put it on the cotton setting. And then you're gonna do 4 minutes on the front and the back with your household iron. Your heat press, you're gonna do 305 for 30 seconds on the front and the back. So, hi Amy, so a total of a minute. So I like to use my heat press. It's much easier on my hands, especially today. My hands are like hurting so bad and super swollen. So 8 minutes with an iron is awful. So the heat press is much easier. And so 305, 30 seconds. And then you just keep going back and forth to make sure you're covering the whole area. And so your shirt, you don't burn it as well. And this is gonna heat set it so you can wash it and dry it. Hi Margie. Oh, you got it. You are so welcome. I appreciate you. I'm so happy you got it. All right, so we're gonna do the front and then we're gonna flip it over after 30 seconds and we're gonna do the back for 30 seconds as well. And at this point, you can put the parchment paper on the front or the back. It doesn't matter. It helps it slide a little bit better if you put it on the back. And this, when you wash it, it doesn't crack, fade, or peel. It's pretty amazing. You can feel it, but it's very like light feeling on your shirt. It's not like thick, like vinyl. Hi Tina, how are you today? So it's that simple. So if you missed it yesterday, we inked this shirt. So we inked the shirt yesterday. So if you missed it, you can go back and watch it. And now it is all ready to wear. Look how cute. The world needs messy people. I tried to get my daughter to put it on last night for me and she would not. Thank you for sharing, Tina. I appreciate it. All right, so we're gonna put this aside and we're gonna move on to today's project. We're gonna use Snoopy the Scarecrow. He is almost sold out, so I wanted to work with this tonight before he sells out. So we're gonna use the cutout from my husband's Etsy shop, and tonight's keyword is Snoopy. So this is Snoopy the Scarecrow. So we're gonna use this frame from my husband's Etsy shop, and we're just gonna use Dixie Belle Tobacco Road Voodoo Gel Stain. I love this stuff. You guys have seen me use it quite a bit. It is water-based, no smell, cleans up really easily, and so we're gonna use this on the frame. And then we're going to watercolor in Snoopy. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. But when you hop on, say hello. Let me know if this is your first time or if you've been watching for a little bit. I would like to know. All right, so I'm just going to squirt this on and use a paintbrush. You can use a paintbrush, a sponge, whatever you would like, really. You can even use like a paper towel. And I, like I said, love this stuff. One, because there's no smell. No smell, and it is so easy to clean up because it is water-based. So if you get it on yourself, on your desk, anything like that, it is super, super easy to clean up. Now, I want to basically immediately wipe it off because I want it to be super light. Well, not super light, but I just don't want a lot of it to dry on there. So I am going to wipe it off. I probably used way too much. So like I said, this is from my husband's Etsy shop. And this frame is with the listing, is with the Snoopy Scarecrow. Hi Jane. Oh, you're gonna go, then I go to my softball team monthly. Oh yay, have fun. I know, I'm going, well, it's probably some of you guys is probably getting ready for dinner or just getting off work. It's 5:20 here in North Carolina, but my son just left for work, and it was just easiest for me to go right now before I made dinner for everyone. And so I figured, you know what, the live is always here, or the replay, people can watch it. So I'm just gonna go right now. But I hope you have a great time at your softball meeting, our monthly get together. All right, so there is that one. So there is that part. And so now I'm gonna do a little frame part of it. I'm just gonna see if I can use what is left on my brush. And then these mats clean up super easy too. I just wash them in my sink with my little soap sponge thingy that I wash my dishes with. And it just wipes everything right off. And I don't know if you guys saw, we had free shipping the last 2 days that ended, but they came out with a Labor Day sale today that you get 20% off with a code. And I forgot to put that in today's message, and I did put it in my VIP group. And then also you probably would have got an email from Chalk as well if you're a customer, but it's just for Perks members or designers. You get an extra 20% off a $100 order. Yes, Jane. So one of the mats, I have 2 of these now. One, they both came from Amazon, but someone sent me one, and but yeah, they both came from Amazon. All right, so I don't know why, but there's like a little spot right there. And I'm super, super close to bonusing this month with chalk. Last month was the first month in quite a while that I bonused, and then I'm super close. I'm like $150 away from bonusing this month, and so I'm super excited. Okay, so we're gonna let these dry now. So we're just gonna set those up there. We're gonna let those dry. A weird spot right there. I don't know if that's where I put my finger or what, but oh well. Okay, I'm gonna stick this in my water. I don't need that anymore. Let me throw this away before I make a huge mess. Okay, so I'm actually I'm not gonna pre-paint this because I'm gonna watercolor it in. So I'm just gonna leave it like this. And I'm going to chalk it. I'm just gonna grab Dune. I'm gonna fuzz this. I haven't used it yet. So you can just chalk it and be done. You can watercolor it in, which I'm going to do to give it some color. So I looked up online like the actual colors that this would be, like the original. And so I think I've got pretty close to what it should be, like the real actual Snoopy Scarecrow. I found a couple like t-shirts and different things, and so we're gonna use Bumblebee, Black Velvet, Bright White, Espresso, and Cabernet. But I did see like something online where his jacket was like an orangey yellow, but most of them were like a red or an off red, or I don't know. So, and then I didn't think I might have to wash this in between. All right, so we're gonna put it on here. And like I said, I am not pre-painting this because basically we're gonna paint it in anyway. So there's no need to pre-paint it. And then you just line it up. And I'm just gonna use a light color. I'm gonna use Dune because I wanna see where to like paint in the detail, but I don't want like a super bright or dark color. So I'm just gonna use Dune. So I know where to paint things. And I'm just using my squeegee to make sure it is all stuck down. These are sticky. And then I totally forgot that I probably should have had my bin of water so I could wash this, so I might have to grab it. So if I was not gonna watercolor this in or paint it in, I would just chalk this in black as the outline. I would just do it in black and be done. But this is just gonna basically show me like where the detail is, so I know where to paint. This would be make a super cute like garden flag as well. You can get garden flags off Amazon. You can even use like our placemats as a garden flag. Hi Shanna, how are you today? All right, so let's peel this off. All right, so this, you guys can see, it's gonna show me where I'm gonna paint everything in, okay? So like his eyes and his nose, I'm not gonna touch because that's gonna end up being filled in black. So I'm gonna open this back up. I'm gonna grab, actually, I'm just gonna grab a disinfectant wipe really quick to wipe this transfer off so we can reuse it. Because if this dries, I'm not gonna be able to get my black through there. All right, so in a pinch, I will use disinfectant wipes. That is the only thing I have ever used on my transfers. I've never used any other cleaning supplies, chemicals, anything like that. But I'm gonna use, I have one just for cleaning transfers. But remember, don't ever use a baby wipe because those have certain oils in it and the oils can actually remove the stick. So if you're ever in a pinch and you need to use a wipe, just use a disinfectant wipe. It can be messy, especially if it's like black or something, but a lighter color, it's not too bad. And then disinfectant wipes also help bring back the stick. So if you have a transfer that is not very sticky anymore and you want to use it again, just take it off the backer sheet, rub a disinfectant wipe over the sticky, let it dry or hit it with the hairdryer, and it will become sticky again. All right, so we're gonna set that up there, let that dry, put this down here, and we are going to start painting. So I'm gonna use espresso. Oh, actually, you guys, I need to dry this. I'm getting way ahead of myself. I need to dry this so I do not smear any of this. So who grew up watching all of the TV, Snoopy, Peanuts, all of that? I remember Charlie Brown's Christmas, The Great Pumpkin. I mean, those are the two I really remember. Let me know what you remember, what you grew up watching. All right, so I noticed we're gonna use Bumblebee. It's out of stock. But we are gonna use Bumblebee, but we're gonna start with espresso, and we're gonna use espresso for his hat. I'm gonna look online really quick. I just wanna make sure I get the right colors. So I'm gonna open this up to what I was looking at earlier. Let me see if I can find it again. Well, Snoopy Scarecrow. So I just did, let me see if I can find it again. I wanted to make sure, I wanted to do it the actual colors that it originally was. I see all different colors. I don't even know. I found this t-shirt. It's at Target. I found it. And that's where I'm getting my inspiration from. If I can open it. So if you want to like look online to get colors, that's what I did. And so I'm going to color in the hat with espresso. So let's start. I'm not going to water it down. My espresso is pretty thin. So I'm just going to leave it as is. And then I am just going to fill it in. And then when we chalk back over it, it's going to give me all of the outlines again. and all of the detail. But this is just showing me like where I need to put my chalk. But like I said, you do not have to paint it in. You could just leave it. But this transfer is one that is almost out of stock, and none of these that just released are going to be reordered, unfortunately. So I'm just basically painting inside the lines. And then if I accidentally go into the lines, it doesn't matter, because when I put the transfer back on, it's going to give all that detail again. So I'll hold it up and I'll show you in just a second. Okay, so basically painted inside the lines, and where you see the dune as solid lines, that's where the black is going to be again. And so I think that is, I can't, for some reason, I cannot make that picture bigger. I don't know why it won't click on it. So I think that is all of the espresso we're going to use. Okay, so all the espresso. No problem. Enjoy your evening, Margie. Hi, Gwen. Thank you for sprinkling. All right, so now we're going to go with, okay, so we're going to use Bumblebee. And I need a small, so I'm going to use Bumblebee for the straw. So I'm just going to be painting inside the lines. Inside the lines is where I'm going to be painting. But if you want your paste to be even thinner, you can just put it in a color tray and thin it out with some water. My paste is pretty thin, so it's going on really well, so I don't feel that I need to thin it out. Did anyone grab this transfer already? Just curious. I know they have been super popular. The Peanuts transfers are selling out faster than the Holiday Home. But the transfer we did last night on the little tray, that is low quantity. It's gonna sell out. So if you want that, grab it. Also, we haven't done the etched ornaments yet, but the etched ornaments, that transfer is low quantity, and none of them that just came out are going to be reordered, which is sort of a bummer because I probably won't even get to use all of them before they sell out. But welcome if you just hopped on. I'm happy you are here. I hope you had a wonderful day. Today's keyword is Snoopy. If you want to get to my DIY website, we have a new sale, 20% off for Perks members and designers only. So if you are just a regular retail customer, or a club member, unfortunately, the extra 20% off that we have right now won't apply for you. But you can join as a Perks member if you want to take advantage of the extra 20% off that we have right now on a $100 order. You do need that coupon code to put in at checkout. And I did post that in my VIP group, but also I think Chalk probably, if you're a Perks member or a designer, they probably messaged you with that code. I forgot to put it in the with the keyword today, but if you need it, just let me know. Okay, so I know when you paint it in, it doesn't look like much, but I promise it will in a moment. Okay, so all we have left now is just his shirt and his face. So we are moving to white. So we're gonna go with bright white. And there's a little bit of his neck that we're gonna do bright white. But today's keyword is Snoopy, and that will get you that private message from me. All right, so then we're gonna fill in his face. So I'm just gonna fill in his whole face, because when we go back over it, it will give him his eyes and his nose again. And then these cutouts are in Chris's Etsy shop, which you guys have been keeping him very, very busy. So thank you. Okay, so there is that. Peanuts characters. Oh, yay! All the Peanuts characters. How fun! I'm so afraid I'm not gonna get to use them all before they sell out. All right, so now we are just going to you guys, this is why you clean your lids. Don't do like JC. All right, we're gonna use Cabernet, and we're going to, just wanna look at this, make sure. Okay, we are going to paint in the shirt. So I'm using Cabernet. You can use red, you can use cherry. I really like Cabernet, but like I said, I don't know the actual color of the shirt. I think it's supposed to be like a reddish color, but I did see a yellow online, but I don't know if that is like the legit color. Does anyone know? Let me know. Does anyone know what what this is supposed to be? I also see a green, and I don't know if it's green. I see a plaid. Does anyone know what it's supposed to be? And I'm painting, yes, I'm painting over all the lines in the shirt, but I will get those back in just a minute. And we're going to outline it. We're not going to use Dune again. We are actually going to use Black Velvet. And then starting on Monday, Sunday or Monday, we are going to have a cutout of the week that is currently in Etsy, but it's going to be on sale. So each week we're going to try something new. So we're going to see how this goes. We've done like a cutout of the month before, like a craft box, and that really wasn't that successful. So we had stopped doing it. So we're going to do a cutout of the week where it is a cutout that's already on Etsy, but it's going to be highly discounted. And it will only be available like that week at that like super like duper price cut. So be watching for that on Sunday. It'll probably be listed on Sunday, and then maybe on Sunday or Monday I'll actually come on and actually paint it with you guys. All right, let me dry this really good. It needs to be dried really good, and then we're going to put the transfer back over. We're going to go over it with Black Velvet and give all the detail back. And then we're going to assemble it with our frame. But if you just hopped on, say hello. If you're watching the replay later, just put hashtag replay in the comments. Let me know you stopped by. I would greatly appreciate it. But this just needs to be completely dry so my sticky transfer doesn't peel any of it up. You can wax it if you want. But because it's chalk, it dries super fast because it's actual chalk in a paste form. So it dries to a hard finish. It's smudge-proof, budge-proof. And so you guys can see like I'm rubbing it and it's not going anywhere. All right. So we have to basically fuzz the transfer all over again, make sure it is dry. All right, it is dry. And if anyone is local to me, I know a couple of you are, or sort of close. Next Friday, September 5th, I'm having a workshop, and we're painting 16-inch door rounds, fall ones, and I have 2 spots left. If anyone is interested, send me a message. There's only 6 spots and I have 2 left. Oh, actually, Gwen, is that? It is, but it's going to be black. The way that it is, it's going to end up being black because it's just going to be it's going to be black. I'll show you. It is straw coming out of it, but it's going to end up being black because of the color that I'm doing it. I mean, I could chalk it in yellow, but I'm going to outline it all in black. Because that is solid coming out of his hat, it's going to be solid black when I chalk it, if that makes sense. All right, so now because this is see-through, I'm going to line it back up. And I think that is good. just need another squeegee. No, I'm not going to wax it, but you absolutely can wax it. If you've watched for a while, you know I don't wax a lot. You can absolutely wax. I don't. I just fuzz good. But you absolutely can wax if you want to and you want to make sure it doesn't pull up anything. All right, so I'm using black velvet. It's just personal preference if you want to wax. All right, black velvet, and it's going to give us all of the detail again over top of everything. If you don't like rustic look, then you probably want to wax. Sometimes when I wax, my transfer doesn't want to stick. It's just all personal preference. I like distressed look, so I don't care if it pulls up a little bit of paint, but usually I don't have an issue, especially if I fuzzed really well. All right, so now I'm just gonna take off all the extra. And just put it back in my jar. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. All right, so I thought that was gonna fall off my desk. So I'll just wash that in my sink when I am done. But look at how cute. Let me put the top on this. All right, let me show you how stinking cute this is. You guys, my hands are so dirty. All right, so look at all the detail it put back in. How cute. What do you guys think? Let me know. Look at how stinking cute that is. So I did not paint the cutout to begin with. So, but you could absolutely paint it if you wanted to. It is totally a personal preference. All right. I think I'm going to ask him if he can cut that part out of Snoopy. All right, let's get this dried and attach it to the frame. So cute. What do you guys think? Let me know, who is your favorite Peanuts character? I don't know who mine would be. Let me know, who is your favorite Peanuts character? Isn't it cute? I think it's so cute. Except I don't know why that is not cut out, but right there it is. That's gonna drive me crazy. All right. I think this is all dry. Isn't it so cute? All right, let's... You guys, I swear, I can never find Charlie Brown is your favorite. I never can find exactly what I'm looking for, and it's always right in front of my face. All right, I'm actually gonna distress this a little bit. I'm gonna distress it with silver since I don't have white. I could dry brush it white, but I'm just gonna use silver. Charlie Brown. All right, so this is Hickory Smoke. So you guys can see the difference that made. And then I'm just gonna take what is left and just run it through this. bit more. Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown seems to be the popular one. All right. And then I did notice with this, it goes a certain way. So if it's not lining up, make sure you just keep twirling it until you, until it lines up. And then I'm gonna use my Crazy Glue Wood Super Glue. And the top is like stuck. No. Well, let's see if I can. Let me just grab my other one. I don't know how much is left in this one. I might have to grab another one. Not enough in that one. Maybe I'll just have to take the thing off. I'm gonna end up gluing my fingers together and nobody is here to help me. Oh my gosh, there's way too much on there. All right. Let's not glue my fingers to it. I bet you guys thought I was gonna glue my fingers. I thought I was gonna glue my fingers. All right, now we're gonna take him. He's so cute. And we're just gonna put some on here. Let me close this before it gets stuck on my desk and leaks all over. What do you guys think? I think he's so cute. I want to make sure it's all stuck before I lift it up. Hopefully it didn't stick to my desk. Ta-da! Look at how cute he is. What do you guys think? He's so cute. I also think he would be super cute on a garden flag, which I have some somewhere. I think out in the garage, because I know I had bought a package from Amazon, and so I think he would be super cute on a garden flag. What do you guys think? Cute, cute, cute. He is low stock. Go grab him. Go grab any of the other peanut ones or the holiday home before they sell out. And then I don't want to touch it because my hands are really dirty, but we heat set the shirt that we made yesterday. So if you didn't see that and you want to see how to heat set the shirt, go back and watch the beginning of this and you'll see the shirt we made yesterday and how we heat set it. But my hands are really dirty and I'm afraid to touch it because it is a white shirt. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to send me a message. Also, today's keyword is Snoopy. Just type that right here in the comments. You'll get today's supply list and my husband's Etsy link. The Etsy link will go right to these cutouts. And then Sunday, we will announce the cutout of the week, which is going to be a discounted cutout, available only for that week at a highly discounted price. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.